And there you go. We're good to go.
OK，上堂啦，程象哥，上堂啦，咁朝頭啦，我幫你捉咗佢啦，Go。
All right, so 1 sec here. Let's try that again. All right, there you go, guys. Can everybody see your name? Can everybody, can everybody see the screen with the blank chessboard? Yes, all right, that's good. Okay, I'll change your name, Hunter. Hunter. And there you go. All right, yeah, guys, so today we're gonna be going over spatial awareness to trap pieces. So I just wanna show you guys, yeah, I'll show you guys the game after. So let's start with basically, all right, so let's start with this position. Find me white's best move here, best of luck, and then we'll get into more positions. In the meantime, I'll look for other similar puzzles for you guys. All right, Hunter.
Rook to h1.
The rook h1, pinning the pawn, and then being able to capture the pawn. That's a good idea. There's one better move, actually. Rook h1
Sure.
goes away, but there's one better move. Yes.
It's pawn to g7.
Yeah, pawn g7, checkmate.
I missed it.
All right, so pawn g7 checkmate, and the idea here is, so notice guys here, this king does not have a lot of space at all. It's blocked off by its own pieces, and one simple check and the king is trapped, we win the king. Now, this is like, what do we mean by trapping a piece? Of course, when you trap a king, then we win the king, it's called checkmate, but it doesn't have to be with the king. Sometimes you can trap other pieces like a queen, a knight, a rook. So in general, it's good to look at any position and notice, if you, especially if you see a piece that lacks a lot of space, then that's where your focus should be. All right, guys, so let's try this here. White to move, find me white's best move. By the way, on the last one, you are correct, Andrew. So white's best move in this position here. All right, Gloria.
Pawn g7.
Pawn g7, that's right. And same idea, except it's a queen this time. The queen is blocked off, it lacks space. So we look for ways to attack it, and in this case, the queen is trapped, and we win a whole queen. All right, so let's see. Tricking greedy opponents. This one's a common one too. Okay, so here it's black to move, and so let's see what happens here. So here in this position here, actually white to move, but you guys are playing as black. So white here took the pawn on a7. I've done this to my opponent before too. So here, guys, so after the bishop takes the pawn, I want you guys to find black's best move here. Black's best move from this position here. Best of luck. I wonder if you guys can get this one. Okay, I'll give you guys 10 more seconds on this one. Take your time. Okay, let's go hunter.
It's just gonna trap the bishop with the pawn on b7 to pawn b6.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So this is a really good move. And so it's almost like so if you think about it, it's almost like a fly trap here. And you'll see like some opponents sometimes it'll seem like a piece is free. You're wondering, something feels fishy here. Why is this piece just free? And then when they capture, there's some sort of trap coming. So here we block off the bishop's path. Now the bishop is stuck here, right in our zone. And next, the king is going to come over, take the bishop, and we get a bishop. Black can't really do much here. And then we take the bishop, just like that. All right, so good job on that one. A little tricky one. I thought it was tricky. All right, so let's see. So we got this position here. Yeah, so here, guys, this one's a weird position, but it's black to move. So black, if you notice here, the queen has an attack on this rook, and this rook can't move anywhere. So black thought this rook was trapped, and black took the rook. So guys, here, I want you guys to find me white's best move. Remember, white's best move. So make sure you're aware of several different attacking moves. Look at the whole position. If you see any weak points, any lack of space, anything like that, then you'll know what to do. Okay, I'll give you guys 20 seconds on this one. Best of luck. Okay, Gloria.
Bishop b2.
Bishop b2, that's right. Because the queen, yes, the queen is in their zone, but the queen is pretty trapped. Bishop b2, now it's totally trapped. And queen has nowhere to go. Queen traps are very fun to do and very satisfying. So yeah, now the queen is trapped and we get a queen. And this is what I mean by pieces that look like they're hanging, but really they're not. All right, so let's see here. All right, guys, let's try this one here. White to move. Find me white's best move. Best of luck. All right, so let's go hunter.
I think it should be bishop to f3.
Yeah. And so a good one there, hunter. Yeah, bishop f3. Attacks the rook. And the rook is actually trapped because the other bishop is also covering this diagonal. And the rook has nowhere to go. It's also fun trapping a rook. But yeah, two bishops. Guys, when two bishops are working together, especially towards an endgame, they are very strong. I generally like to keep both my bishops if I can, and because they cover so much range and they're very powerful towards the end of the game. So yeah, bishop f3, rook has nowhere to go. We win a rook. All right, so Let's give this one a try. White to move, find me white's best move. All right, so let's see. Gloria.
Wait a minute. What? Hang on. I feel like the move is kind of wrong, but wait, actually King G3.
King G3. What do you think of pawn G3 first?
Yeah, and it didn't work
So
out.
close. Yeah, yeah, pawn G3 would have been wrong because then the rook would have moved. But King G3, remember guys, this is an endgame position. So your king is a piece now. It's no longer that that useful person that's in the corner hiding. In the endgame, the king is like a knight, bishop. Maybe not that strong, but better than a pawn at least. So king attacks the rook, and rook's got nowhere to go. So again, like with all these examples, especially ones of like track pieces, it's good to be aware, and in general, honestly, just to make your pieces stronger, it's good to be aware of which pieces are lacking space, which pieces are not. Because normally pieces that have a lot of space to move, that control a lot of squares, they end up being very active, strong pieces anyways. And if you understand that, then you can start playing moves that make your pieces stronger. And if you see your opponent's pieces that are not strong, then you can look for ways of attacking it. All right, guys, so let's give this one a try. White to move, find me white's best move. I'll give you 25 seconds. 25 seconds. Best of luck. All right, guys, 10 more seconds. Take your time.
I know.
Hanson, go for it.
Move the white knight to c5, so it threatens the rook, and if the rook attempts to move away, the pawn can take it.
Exactly. So the rook has nowhere to go, really. And either way, we take the rook. And it's good. Really, we just kind of scan through the board. For example, this bishop, notice how much squares it has to move. This is a strong bishop, strong rook. This rook's also pretty strong. Basically, when a piece has a lot of places to move, it's strong. And when it doesn't, like, then that's the one we target. This rook is trapped, so we target the rook. All right, guys, so 315 will make it a little more difficult. Not too much, a little more. Let's see. Okay, let's try this one, guys. White to move, find me white's best move. Best of luck. I'll give you guys 25 seconds on this one. Take your time. Okay. Gloria.
Wait, what? I suddenly feel like that's kind of moving.
Hmm.
Um, on 4.
Pawn f4.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
All right, so good try. Good try. Right track. Actually, very close. Very close. Let's go Hunter.
It's the pawn on G2 to G4.
Yes,
Knight
pawn G4. Yeah, so the idea is this one attacks the knight, but also if you notice, if you look at this knight's moves, all these squares are covered. This pawn's defending this one, bishop's defending this one, this pawn's defending. So this knight actually lacks a lot of space. And generally, knights in the corner have less space than a knight in the middle. And yeah, noticing that this knight has nowhere to go, we can just chase it. And no matter where it goes, we capture the knight. So sneaky one here, but same scenario. You just find a piece that looks very, like it lacks a lot of space, and then you attack that piece. All right, so here, not this one, guys. Here's what we're gonna do. Give you one other example, different one. Here it is. So guys, in this example here,
Ooh, very sneaky.
so here guys, white to move. Let's try to solve this one. Find white's best move here.
Very sneaky move.
Yeah, this one's actually
Really hard. But I got it, I think.
all right.
No.
So here's what I'll do. Give everybody 25 more seconds to think about this one. Try to look for white's best move. And then after that, I'll give you guys some hints. But I do think we're capable of solving this one. Yeah, this one's a very, lots of stuff going on. And if you guys are not sure, start looking for some potential weaknesses in your opponents. And 1 or 2 if you can. See if that gives you any ideas. All right, for now, Hunter.
I think it should be pawn on F. I think that's F4. Moving up.
Yeah, F4 to F5. And the idea being to attack the bishop. Okay, so not a bad idea. No, definitely a good start. Let's see what happens. So pawn F5. They can probably just take our bishop with a check. Then we take, and then
they just take back.
yeah, exactly. So nothing too much there, but good try. Good first try. And honestly, guys, like even in complex positions, like in an actual chess game, it looks a lot like this. Like you find a move and you just check it. Usually the first move isn't right, but then you see that it's not right, or you see like good response from your opponent, then you start looking for other moves. All right, guys, that's a hint. Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna look at this position here, and we're gonna see if we see any weaknesses on the board. Now, some weaknesses. Let's think here. All right, Hunter, you want to try again?
Yeah, this time I think I have it.
Okay.
So knight on E5 to G6.
Oh, okay, you're getting warmer. You're getting close. So you're getting close. Very close. So I'll tell you this. I was telling you guys to look for weaknesses, right? G6 square definitely is a weakness. we can't take it with the queen because the knight's gonna take. So we have a knight blocking it, but it looks like we can take the pawn. But there's a better move. And also if we take the knight, our knight is also hanging. But this is one weakness. I'll highlight it. So keep this in mind for the future. Now I'll tell you guys this. So if we look at the pieces of black, they all have some moves here, but which piece looks very clumped up to you? Like it doesn't have a lot of space. I mean, most of black's pieces are pretty passive, but there's one piece that could potentially be trapped. So start looking at the space, guys, and then start looking, see some attacking moves, perhaps. All right, Hunter, third time's a charm.
This one I'm not entirely sure, but my sister told me that the knight on h7 was pretty dangerous, not dangerous, clumped up, and it doesn't have much not a lot of space to go to. But I'm not sure. I was thinking that if knight to g6, if takes, then you recapture with the queen with check, and then you should be able to win that bishop. But I'm not entirely sure about that.
So yeah, like that's probably right. The thing is, so knight takes, they don't even have to take the knight back. They can just take your knight here. But good try. And this knight, you're right, this is a bad knight, definitely. Same with the bishop. They're both clumped up, but they do have moves to go to. But there's a more important piece, a very important piece that's also very clumped up. And if you look at the board, definitely not these rooks. They got a lot of space to move. This knight's got a lot of options. These two guys, they have this option. This queen, I mean, it can go this way, but I don't know. It looks a lot. Do you guys see where I'm going at here? The queen is very, it doesn't have a lot of space. So try looking for moves, guys, that attack this queen and see if there's one that traps the queen. And guys, like, we'll be doing a lot of queen traps today as a part of this lesson because they are very common and very important ones to just be able to practice. Yes, to practice in general. So guys, here's my hint. Weakness number one, this queen doesn't have a lot of space. Weakness number two, also this pawn is pretty weak. But let's start looking at this queen. What move attacks this queen, but the queen has no place to go? If you look at ways to attack the queen, there's really two ways we can attack this queen. One is with the knight like that, which I don't know if any of those work. Black just takes. The other one is what?
I think yeah, there's two options. One was with the knight, but the other one is with the rook on c6.
Yes.
But you could, like, I was also thinking about before you said that you could trap the queen was knight g4 if queen takes and then f6, but that knight was there. I just not realized that. But
But close. So
I think rook c6 should be the answer.
All right, so rook c6. Let's give it a try. That's right. Now we just take the queen. Now this one was a complex one. So
why would the knight take?
Yeah, so that's where so I almost want to go to a different variation here. So that was the main one. It didn't really show, but like if the knight took, so let's say rook c6, knight took. Wait, so rook c6, knight takes. Then you would take g6 pawn because the knight is defending the g6 pawn, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of stuff there, but so here rook takes, knight takes, and then queen takes here, and then this will lead to checkmate.
Yeah.
So basically, guys, we'll take a step back from that one. I think we went into that one a little soon.
That one seemed a little bit hard to find because you gotta think like 3 moves ahead on what they're gonna do.
Yep. So I think we'll take it a little easy now. White to move here. Actually, no, not this one. Okay, so yeah, this was a common one that I wanted to show you guys. So how it normally goes is now normally when you're in this pin, a lot of people they don't like this pin, so they'll play h3, and so the bishop will go back sometimes, but sometimes they'll go bishop h5. Now here, guys, what move would you play as white? All right, Hunter.
I don't think G4 really doesn't work because it would just they can just take with the knight. But that might also be the answer because after they take with the knight, you can move your knight to your knight on f3 to g5.
Mm.
And that kind of works because then there would be an attacker there, but it's kind of bad because after you take, they can just take after.
Yeah, so you're right. This one is a little iffy on this one, but you got the main idea, right? The bishop is trapped, so we could play pawn g4 and pick up a piece. They take, we take. So this is actually the right move for white, but I can definitely understand if you feel like that was not the best move, or because normally with moves like g4, guys, especially on your castled king side, you gotta find like, and towards the end game it's okay, but early on you gotta be careful because in some positions, in this position, white is okay actually, but in some positions, your king can get in a lot of danger. But yeah, here, either way, we win a piece, and then after that, we just gotta play defensively carefully. So yeah, we do pick up a piece here. So you got that part right. If they take the bishop, same thing.
Yeah.
Now here. All right, let's try some. Okay, let's try this one. White to move. Find me white's best move. Best of luck. Give you guys 25 seconds on this one. All right, so guys, anyone got this one? Andrew. No, sorry, Hunter. I mixed your name. Hunter.
Well, it's fine. The rook on h8 is pretty trapped, so you can just move your queen to c3 and trap
There
it.
you go. So good one, good vision, honestly. So queen c6, attacking the h8 rook, and the rook has no defense. So we can take the rook.
Check.
So guys, yeah, like trapping pieces, like it's a more difficult tactile concept, I feel like, but it's a very useful one once you get used to it. And guys, like for my games, like a lot of times, like I have one material just from trap pieces. So let's try this one, guys. So here, as you can see, it's a pretty weird position.
Queen takes. If queen takes, the queen's gone. Queen could just be gone.
So that's actually what I was going to show you guys. If the queen takes the pawn, yeah, so I'll just show you guys anyways, because the arrow showed it. But yeah, and then the queen gets trapped with the bishop. So guys, like this is also to show you guys on the defensive end. No, if you see like your opponent, you see there's like a free piece, always just double check your move. Like before you play the move, try to predict your opponent's move and make sure that you don't put yourself in a trap like this. All right, so let's see here. Done a few ones. Let's see, let's try another one. This is a common one. All right, guys, let's try this one. White to move, find me white's best move, and best of luck. Hunter, that was fast.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Rook trap with d5.
With pawn d5.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Let's see white's response. That's right, the rook. Actually, if pawn goes to d5, the rook now can go to e5. Or the pawn can take d5. The rook still survives.
Yeah.
But right idea, though, this rook does lack a lot of space. All right, guys, let's try again here. 25 seconds. Find me black's best move. Now, we got the right kind of target. The rook lacks a lot of space. The knight is defending these two squares. Bishop is defending this. Pawn is defending that. We just need to attack the rook, but we can't do it with the pawn because we saw white has a response, a good response. So what other move? Gloria.
I think king, what, f5?
Yeah, king f5. Remember, guys, endgame, your kings are strong at attacking. King f5, rook has nowhere to go, actually. And then we take the rook. So a good one there. Let's try a little more difficult ones now. Little more, not too bad. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay. So guys, white to move here, find me white's best combination. There's my hint. White's best combination. And guys, like if you're not sure where to start, remember, start scanning each piece, see which one lacks a lot of mobility here. And then that should give you an idea right away. As you can see here, the knight has a lot of space, a lot of mobility, pretty strong knight. This bishop too has quite a few good moves. This rook, not really. All right, Gloria.
So first knight f7, then the rook is gonna move to g8, and then your bishop goes to h7.
So good job on that one. I didn't think that was an easy one. But yeah, good job on that one. Knight f7, attacking the rook. And you correctly predicted the rook's move. And then bishop attacks the rook. the rook is totally trapped now. So good one there. Good one. Okay, let's try. Let's see. Oof, this one or 19? No. Okay, let's try this one. I think the last one was easy. So guys, here, white to move. Find me white's best combination. Best of luck. As you can see, in endgame positions, there's actually a lot of little tactics here and there. They're just very subtle, but they are there. So this is a 2-move combination. If you think about it, none of these pieces are even close to being trapped. It's only one piece pops out, and then what can we do to that knight? Let's go Hunter.
I believe it should be bishop f1.
Bishop f1. Oh, bishop f1 attacks the king. The king's probably just gonna move away. And then afterwards, there's nothing really much here now.
Oh, now I see it.
But like that might have looked like a good move. There's another good one. Let's go Gloria.
Wait, it's. Wait a minute, I forgot which one. Wait, it's white to move, right?
Yeah, white to move.
Okay. Okay, I'm so confused right now. Yeah, I can't find a move.
All right. So good try, good try. I heard you say king. Right. Right
Yeah.
idea. Oh, sorry. Right idea.
I feel like the king should go to G6 or something, but like.
Right idea. Getting very close. King G6. Very close. All right. So your intuition is right, because this knight, as you can see, very close to the corner. When you see a knight close to the corner, it generally has a very little space. So if we go King G6, the knight has one place to go. That's F8. Can't go here, can't go here because the king takes. So King G6, Knight F8. Guys, try to find me the next move here. So that was actually the right first move, King G6. But then after Knight F8, what does white play? And I'll leave it here so you guys can try to visualize it to the end position. Best of luck. Okay, Hunter.
Got it. King G6. After the knight moves to F8, you play king to F7.
There you go. Oh.
Or
So close.
what?
Yeah, or
Oh. Yeah.
King F7, knight can go back.
Yeah.
What about then the bishop goes there?
No, that won't work.
So very close. Okay,
I want to see if the bishop can get into the area.
Oh.
'Cause
All right. Hunter, you're so close. You're also close. Gloria.
The king goes to G7.
G7. That's right, G7. So G7 was the right move, and the knight is totally trapped. I know it's a little difficult to visualize, but try to follow here, guys. King G6, Knight F8, King G7. And from this position, guys, if you look at that knight on F8, it's got, here, let's use a different color. These squares are controlled by the bishop, so it can't go there. And these squares are controlled by the king, so the knight is trapped. I know it's a little difficult to visualize, but keep practicing, guys. If we see here, F7 was the move. If we go G7 was the move. If we go f7, then the knight can just go back. So f7, knight is totally trapped. What is the tournament like? Does anybody have the tournament link today? I was not given it today. Like, okay, could you send it to the link, to the chat, Hunter? That would be a lifesaver. In the meantime, we can try one last one. Oh, this one is, okay, guys. So here, I'll give you guys a hint on the, thank you so much, Hunter. Guys, there's the tournament link. And as you guys join, try this one. It's gonna be the last one of today. Save the best for last. I'll give you guys a hint on this one right away, because it is a little difficult. My hint is, okay, so this does involve the trap piece, and the piece that is lacking space that we trap is the queen, actually. Now try to find me the combination that'll win us this queen. We look here, yeah, the queen does kind of lack space here. So look for moves that attack the queen, and if you see the right one, let me know. Okay, we're a little short on time, guys, so I might even show you the first move. Okay, Hunter.
I believe it's bishop f3. If queen moves to g6, you fork it with the knight, and if it goes to f7, you also fork it with the knight.
All right, so you saw like the hard parts, but then you didn't see the easy part. The hard part
No,
was the
I didn't
fact that
see it. No,
these
the
two
bishop can move. It can take the bishop. No.
exactly. So there's one move that's very similar, but if we go bishop here, the queen takes. So there's another move very, oops, not there. It does attack the queen, very similar. Gloria.
I feel like this is it kind of feels wrong because it's not exactly as similar as that, but like we're playing white. We're playing white, right?
Yeah.
Pawn or something.
Pawn where?
G4.
Pawn G4. That was actually the move. Pawn G4. And if you look at this, here, the queen can't go here, not here, because the knight can take, bishop can take. If the queen takes the pawn, knight forks here.
The tournament has started. The tournament has started.
All right, guys. So I'm going to end the class right there. Thank you so much for today's class. I'll see you guys next class. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Good luck in the tournament. Bye.
Bye.